Hey, what's up, everyone? Brad Chmielewski here with episode 159 of Shatter the Vain. I feel like I just did 150, so this is kind of nuts how quickly 9 episodes come out. 9 weeks later, we have 9 episodes. So thank you everyone for listening and supporting the show over all these years. It's been a lot of fun. The game continues to grow, continue to advance, continue to move forward. We got to see update 2.5 get dropped recently. I haven't even really had a chance to talk about it. Dive into some of the talents and just kind of what we're seeing and just kind of the fun we're having a little bit more in this episode and kind of just dive more into the news, especially because last week's episode, we barely touched on any news. Well, we had the news of the new EchoFox team, so that was pretty big news. So if you missed that episode, go back, listen to that one first, listen to 158, then come back and listen to 159 because they're both great episodes. So check them out. I feel like the new EchoFox team is going to do great stuff. Looking forward to seeing what those guys build. Looking forward to seeing them play. So keep an eye out for that. But in this episode, I have Nukkefist joining me, co-leader of the Renegade Wolves. They got some fun stuff that they're doing. They have a second guild they're building out, just a little more casual, a little more fun. So check that out if you're looking for a guild or a group of people to play with. They're a lot of fun to play with. Always hilarious times hanging on Discord, either in voice or in their chat. So check them out. And then we dive into some of the new skins we're seeing in update 2.6 that I think we're less than 2 weeks away. The season got pushed back to June 21st end, so we should see that update either right around that time. So yeah, these skins are going to be coming soon. They look great. We dive into a couple of those and our opinions on them. Before we get in this, I got to mention the Patreon page. That's over at patreon.com/Shatter the Vain. If you can support the show, that'd be awesome. 159 episodes I do because I like the game a lot. I like talking about the game, interacting with everyone out there that's playing, and I guess supporting the game also. So if you could support the podcast, that'd be fantastic. If not, like I always say, thank you everyone for listening. If you can leave a review on iTunes or tell someone else about the podcast so we can grow and keep getting more people listening and or watching. There's the YouTube version, youtube.com/Shatter the Vain. There's gameplay videos up there. There's the podcast episodes are there, so check that out too if you are mainly just an audio listener and didn't even know there is the video version. Check that out. All right, let's do it. Let's get into episode 159.
Shatter the Vain.
This is the 159th episode of Shatter the Vain. My name is Brad Chmielewski, and this is a podcast all about Vainglory. Every week, I try to break down the news, gameplay, game tips, and hopefully we can all become better players together. And every week, bringing on new people from the community, people that love this game, people that have been playing it for years at this point. And this week, I have Nukkefist joining me. Welcome.
Hey, thanks, Brad. Appreciate it.
I asked Shanae if she had anyone she'd recommend to have on, and she pointed me your direction.
Yeah, she likes to drag me into things from time to time.
I was told you were the brains behind the Renegade Wolves, but if you had a better introduction for who you are for anyone that's listening that maybe haven't come across you or Renegade Wolves at this point, it might be good.
Yeah, I probably describe myself that way, but I guess I'd probably say I'm the yin to Shan's yang.
Okay.
She's kind of a lot more impulsive and it's kind of like an amped up tier 3 Koshka going crazy all over the place, and I'm like Lance trying to keep up with her and CC her every now and again.
Right. Okay. So as far as Renegade Wolves goes, you guys are kind of like the co-leaders, right? Like, what's your role?
Yeah, pretty much. We've I came in pretty early. I mean, basically, we started the guild when they gave us the ability to do that in Vainglory.
Uh-huh.
We've had a few, I guess, different leaders from that same time too. Hydraxis is one of the guild leaders as well, and then her baby also.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess Shane considers me one of the co-leaders with her.
All right. That's pretty awesome, babe. You've been in the guild for this long and been running it, and that just shows the testament to how like well you guys have put it together, because it seems like it's a crazy active group of people. I am in the Discord, and sometimes I pop in, but most of the time it's just nonsense happening, so I can't keep up.
Right, exactly. And we just try to keep it fun and kind of a mixture of having a nice community and having a good time, but also, trying to learn and get better at the game as well. And it's kind of a balance, because sometimes the craziness can go overboard, and you have to navigate your way through that a little. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of time people forget that it's a game, and I think having a good group of people, if you're in a guild, if you're in Renegade Wolves or in any other guild, like just knowing other people across guilds and players in the game to play with is a lot of fun. It makes the whole experience better.
Yeah, I agree, definitely. And that's just kind of how I try to keep it. I'm kind of a old man gamer status at this point, and I can't get too serious about it. I don't have time to play like these crazy teenagers out there. But I'd probably get really frustrated if I tried to get really serious. So, yeah, I just try to keep it.
Yeah, there's really not enough time. Like, even if I'm trying to record a game for the YouTube channel or something, and it takes like multiple games, I'm like, I did not have time for this. I had laundry to do and stuff like that.
Right, exactly.
Oh. But so if you were in the guild or helped start it when guilds were at it, you've been playing for a long time then, right? What got you into Vainglory to begin with?
Yeah, I believe Taka was the newest character when I started. I had always really avoided games like this, MOBA type games, just because of their reputation for being extremely toxic and really crazy. And I was always just kind of like, I don't know, like RPG type games like Dragon Age and the BioWare games. I enjoy those kind of games. But one of my buddies incidentally no longer plays the game. Kind of got me into it, and I really enjoyed the team aspect of it, and being able to do combos, and the fact that the game was always updating. You always had to stay on your toes and learn all the stuff that they were changing around. I don't know, it got hooked up.
And I think coming from like a RPG kind of world, I've known people who've come from like WoW type games where you have to level for like 40 hours and long. And like, what's kind of fun about MOBAs, you get that whole leveling thing, but in 15, 20 minutes, and then you just do it again. So it's like you get that rush of like, I guess, building up experience that you might get from the RPG, but faster.
Yeah, exactly. And I like every game, no matter what happened to you the last game, you get a fresh new start. I mean, as long as you wipe your mind clean. If you're still raging from the game before, it's not. But in theory, everybody starts at the same levels. You have a fresh new start, and anything could happen the next game. So I really loved that about the game too.
Mm-hmm. Have you had a favorite role or even hero that's come out since your time of starting with Taka?
I don't know. I love Catherine. She's been my favorite the whole time. She goes in and out of periods of being extremely weak and very strong. And at the beginning, obviously, she was crazy strong, because there really wasn't a lot of different characters and different abilities. But and I didn't really understand how to play her either at first. Just
Okay.
I didn't get the you can't use her to try to kill everybody. It's just not gonna work. But at first, figured it out. I don't know. She just has so much game changing ability, and it's a lot of fun with her.
Yeah, I love Catherine too. But yeah, once you do get a hang of her, you can start to kill everybody with her.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's what's great about her. Cool. Uh, so then, Renegade Wolves, we were chatting a little bit. The guild, you guys are growing, right? There's a second guild, kind of, or group you guys are
Yeah.
forming?
Yeah, we had some people had asked us about it before because we're usually full at 50 and have a waiting list. But we just kind of recently decided to make the second guild, just kind of a more casual side because we kind of tightening the belt a little bit on the main Renegade Wolves guild. We were talking about having a minimum tier requirement for new people, and
Okay.
trying to get maybe a little more strict about too, because kind of with the changes in before, we were monitoring activity, and then now you can just get on solo and play a blitz, and then it looks like you've been active, but really you played for 5 minutes. So, and what was happening was we just felt like a lot of people weren't playing together, and that's the whole point of the guild, is to play together and have fun, and sometimes at the cost of your rank or winning a game, but the point is to have a community and play together. So we're just kind of trying to help with that. And so we knew that we would lose some people that way because there's some people that play that much. But
right.
So yeah, we just kind of started the other one where requirements are a lot more lax, and really, there's not really any requirements as far as skill tier goes. It's just going to be strictly fun.
Yeah, I think you need a lot of those too, because if you're a new player coming into the game now, the skill cap is just massive. It takes a while to catch up. So, and then without a guild, you don't get as much goodies like for a new player. Like that's kind of a bummer there.
I agree, definitely. Also, you just learn so much better when you're playing with people and you're using Discord. And I played solo for a long time until we got into the guild, and it was just like opening up a whole new world, because it's just so much more fun playing with people and being able to use some kind of chat app.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another nice opportunity, because in that second guild we already have a lot of different differences in skill tiers. So hopefully we'll use that opportunity to help teach some newer players.
Okay, so people want to find that, they can just kind of jump in the Renegade Wolves Discord, right? It's kind of a public private kind of thing going on.
Yeah. I don't know what it is right now, but you can. So we do have not really. We kind of have like a message board thing that in there, but we just kind of use that for people that want to apply to the guild, really. But yeah, if you want to get in, just message Nukkefist, me, on Discord, capital N, the Ukkefist, or Shenane with a capital S, and we'll get you in. But yeah, we're not super strict on it, I guess, but it's not totally open either.
Okay, that's cool. So I gotta ask then, do you guys have a rival with other guilds, or is it mainly just Gangstars? There always seems to be a lot of just fun smack talking thrown around between the two, and I know a lot of the players play with each other.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, Shenanigans. But yeah, I don't think we really have any real. What was the word? I'm blanking.
Real rivalry. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I was wondering if there's other guilds you guys have started stuff with.
Yeah, we used to smack talk a lot with Perseus Guild too, because they have one of our old leaders, Zephy, is over
Okay.
there. A lot of them were in our Discord for a while. I don't know how many of them are still, but I don't see them too often. But we've got the Dothraki Knights in there too. There's some smack talk that goes on there here and there, and I guess we try to have some of that fun.
Yeah, I think it does a good job just about reminding people that there's other groups besides yours out there that you might want to just get involved with. So yeah.
Yeah,
I like it. I just think it's pretty funny.
yeah. It's a good time.
Well, cool. I say we jump into the news because I haven't really had a chance to talk about this stuff since update 2.5 dropped because it dropped the week after I put out 157, and then last week did the episode with EchoFox. So I want to get into some of these talent changes and things that we've seen in this last update.
Vainglory News.
So I think to kick things off, you said you don't have a lot of time to play very often, so I would guess that means you're playing Blitz, maybe more so than normal, right? Than normals.
Well, I actually when I try to play, I do try to play casual.
Okay.
These days, just we were doing some home modeling and stuff like that, but
Cool.
I want to try to sharpen
So
up.
yeah. So have you gotten much into these the talents? Because this is kind of the big thing that was in this update that I know everyone. I feel like for the most part has been digging. I haven't heard too many negative
Yeah.
responses from it yet.
Yeah, I've messed with them some, but yeah, like not a ton. But I their plan is to just make things really crazy, and they're succeeding.
Yeah, I've only done a few games here and there. I don't have that many talents yet. I end up I have a ton of glory, so when I see them in the store and I don't have one of those, I end up just grabbing one of them, just so it's kind of like you got to collect them all sort of thing.
Right,
So,
like Pogs.
yeah, but I haven't got to try that many people. I think I played the Scarf and the Cone or the Triple Spitfire. That was pretty fun. Have you had any standouts or talents you've been liking?
Yeah, I think I enjoy Celeste. I like Celeste, but I just crap, so I don't do it that often. But yeah, the young star where it's leaving the stars on there longer, and then the core leaf clover, it just makes it really insane. Zoning people out and
Yeah. I've seen some like the Rhyme, like extended fortified health. I haven't tried that one, but that didn't seem that interesting. Like, I
oh
feel
right.
like you want to do the ones that do these fun spells, these fun like effects that just like you can see happening. Like any of the ones like you're invisible for, 0.2 seconds longer. It's like,
Yeah,
that's not
yeah,
that cool.
yeah. Right. I really like the Catherine. I don't have it yet. The third one, but it just knocks people back. It's really hilarious looking.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that one. I haven't seen that one. So yeah.
Yeah,
I'll have to-
yeah. I like it when they catch you by surprise too, because there's just a lot of them, so you don't really have them all memorized or committed to memory, and then something totally weird happens, like 3 Gwen cards go flying out, and you're like,
Yeah, that's gotta be so weird. Like it is, it's weird right now because you don't know them. But like, yeah, when you find that one that you're like, I didn't even know that was a thing.
right,
Because, like the game for the most part is about knowing what's coming so you can counter it or you can position yourself so you're in a different place. But yeah, the talents just add just basically chaos to the whole
right.
game.
Yep, definitely.
So I don't even know. I don't know if you'll ever be able to like know what they all are unless you're only playing Blitz and you memorize them all and you play all the heroes quite a bit. That's the only way. I think most people are not going to be able to.
Yeah.
know what each talent is.
Yeah, I think so. It's just like a massive, just all these things coming at you while your perception ability is impaired or something. It's
Do you think they're like too strong or anything? Are they like, or are they just fun and goofy and it doesn't really matter?
yeah. I mean, I just feel like they probably have made a lot of extra work for themselves trying to keep an eye on all these extra balance issues. But I guess for me, I'm just gonna not take it real seriously and just have fun with it and just enjoy the game.
Because I would think there'd be at some point some sort of meta that kind of is going to happen
Yeah.
within Blitz. That's like, because there's now like this rank system, or you get your MMR kind of in there a little more, so you have a score.
Mm-hmm.
And for those people that want the top ranking in Blitz, you're going to want to like find out what the best hero is and the best talent. And so that means Super Evil Megacorp is going to have to keep an eye on how to balance talents.
Yeah, I think so. And I guess I don't know how to do it, but I guess it's probably just be an eye on stats. Probably have somebody who's really good at that and look at what's winning too much or something. I actually had somebody dodge me in a blitz because they were it's so ridiculous. They were asking what maybe they were joking, I don't know, but they were asking me what my MMR was, and I was just like, dude, I have no idea. And then when the next screen came up where you had to lock in, and he appeared to lock in, but then never showed up to the game. So I don't know what happened. I didn't talk to the person later, but I was like,
oh, okay. Oh yeah, I guess because in the game chat we have, you can see everyone's skill tier, but that's for the normal 3v3 game. So yeah, you could kind of gauge what people are if maybe you like to invite people around your skill tier or whatever. But I wonder if they're gonna have to figure out a way for you to check on someone's blitz score in the game. I didn't think about it. There's stuff like that you don't realize until it's in the hands of everyone out there. Like how does this affect the whole game itself?
Right, exactly, and taking things way too seriously, in my opinion. But yeah, the kinds of stuff like that, I think it's a lot more work for them to watch this stuff. I mean, hats off to these guys. I know they work their butts off. It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So then, there was a whole bunch of changes in update 2.5, so we're already like weeks into this. We're closer to 2.6 than we are to 2.5 now, so I'd rather talk about what's coming than what's already been here. And Super Evil Megacorp's been teasing some of these things quite a bit over the last couple weeks. The new one that came out, I think today as we're recording it, was more info about the improved chat system and the overall how you're going to be able to communicate with people in the game. Before we had those like 4 pings up top. Now it looks like we have a ton of different options, things you can say to people. This new video shows that you can alert or tell someone like your ultimate cooldown, your fountain cooldown. You can recommend buys to people. In this video, we have Catherine telling Ringo, hey, you need to buy defense. I recommend this item. And she clicks on the Aegis, and it shows like, Ringo, buy Aegis. So this is pretty neat. That might solve some of the issues some people have in ranked, but also could create more, maybe. I don't know. Did you see this video?
Yeah, that's really cool. I've kind of needed something like that a little bit more because with the second guild, I made a new account to have in it. And I've just, at the beginning, we didn't have that many people in it, so I was kind of soloing, just trying to get up to level 10, and just, it's different. People, there's just newer people, and they don't team fight when you're about to die, or they're not ready. They're just not able to really foresee some of that stuff. So I think that'll be really nice for that.
Yeah, I think there's simply like just like a wait for me kind of thing is going to be nice. Like hold up, like just chill,
Right.
wait 10 seconds. I
Right.
got this fountain. Like
Yeah.
sorry, and then you don't feel bad when you don't have it. Like yeah, I couldn't activate it. It's up now though. Sorry, you're dead.
Exactly, because before, I mean, all you can do is ping, and
Mhm.
people don't always necessarily know what you mean by that. They might think that you're being a jerk to them. Who knows? It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I think it'll be positive overall, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully it's I think easy to use. That's maybe going to be the problem because I don't really even ping that much because one I don't care what people are doing that much. And like it's just a lot like the games are happening so quickly. Like you're always team fighting. Often not like paying attention to what someone else is doing because I got to focus on me and how I'm going to help the team.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting how much people end up chatting and using these because we saw the charms come out and people were spamming them for a while. And now you like never see charms, or I don't ever see them very often. Like they're not spammed anymore.
Right. It's just the special people that really feel the need to do the kiss emoji.
Right. Yeah, I think this is going to help for those like just situations where you just want to tell people like one quick thing. I think there's going to be a lot of options and a lot of good communication that will probably help people. Like you said, if you have a new account and you're helping like lower tier people, your pace of the game is usually faster, so you have those moments to kind of talk to someone and like pay attention a little more. But if you're in your skill tier, you have to use all your energy, all your mental power just to focus on that game.
Exactly, and I love how staunchly not put a regular typing chat in there. I just think that would ruin the game. So I'm really glad that they've stuck to that.
Yeah, I did see a few people comment, I think, on this video or on the tweet, that really they need to make sure there's a chat in the queue system, in the character select system, in ranked, in the draft mode, and I think in the normal as well. I think that's where a lot of our communication problems are. They're not so much in game.
Yeah.
It's just like, what do you want to play? Can we trade? I don't know this hero very well. Stuff like that. Hopefully that's also on their radar. I would think so. I think if people are saying it, they're thinking of ways to deal with it.
Yeah, definitely. And then dodge penalty too. It's probably even more necessary to make sure we can have our ducks in a row before going in.
Sure. So keep an eye out for those videos. I think there's just more and more coming out. We did get some skin teases as well already. I think we got 3 of the usual 4 skins we see in every update. So we have the Deathless Rhyme, that I believe is just a normal one of the lower tier skins. We did see School Day Kashka, which everyone was kind of suspecting, and I think wanting and surprised it wasn't there already. And then the last one we've known so far is this new Sky skin, where she's basically from the School Day set as well. I think she was in the artwork, or someone similar to her was in the artwork of the Taka splash. Which that skin looks awesome. The animation for her, I saw Denomine on Twitter saying he's a big bike and motorcycle fan, so he's like, this could be my new favorite hero if he ever gave up Glaive.
Yeah, it looks really like a transformer.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I was thinking Kashka needed another skin. She was one of these heroes that had all these skins for so long, and that now she was kind of forgotten because her New Year's skins were pretty weak. So I'm glad she's getting a School Day skin here.
Definitely.
So we'll probably see one more, but it could be like the secret release that they've been doing in these updates where they don't tell you, and then it's in like the splash art or something like that. So keep an eye out though. We haven't got any information on a new hero on this. Was it Gwen that was supposed to be coming? We got the tease of the splash art, but we haven't seen anything else yet. Oh, not Gwen. We have Gwen. Grace.
Oh yeah.
So we'll probably start seeing that as we get closer to the update, which the season's been extended till June 21st. So that probably means our update is on June 21st. I didn't even check my calendar to see if that's a Wednesday, because that's usually when the updates drop. But you have more time if you're trying to level up your account or get that skill tier that you want to reach before the end of the season so you can get your trophy. You now have until June 21st. So that's pretty cool. Are you trying to get anywhere in ranked before the end of the season, or are you kind of set now at this point?
Yeah, I don't know. I personally, I don't really like playing rank without. Well, I don't solo rank more because you just want to die when you do that, and so it really is just I don't about my rank.
Okay.
As shown me a decaying tier 6 right now.
Okay.
But I mean, I enjoy playing ranked. A lot of fun. I like, counter picking and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not really stressing about it. Just trying to play when I can.
Mm-hmm. And
Wait.
the trouble always with this last, what are we, 10 days till the end of the season here? People go try hard or they are just trolling. You have both ends of it, so bad. So if you are playing ranked, it's often a struggle in the last week.
Yeah, it's a rough world out there. Even just going duo, sometimes the chance of getting a third troll is pretty high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so good luck to everyone out there as they're trying to hit this rank before the end of the season, and maybe just play more brawl modes and get some more talents and do all that instead.
Stay safe out there.
Yeah. Well, that's all the news, or that's all I had for this week. But before we wrap things up here, I had a little forum static.
Forum static.
On the forums, I usually find some really interesting stuff, but this one was kind of from a chat, basically like a Discord chat I was part of, and the topic was brought up about the currencies. We have a lot of currencies in the game, right? You've been playing before the cards were even a thing, so you've seen everyone.
Yeah.
And this is something that is very hard to explain to new people, I think, who are coming into the game. It was even a little confusing with just cards. But now at this point we have cards, we have opals, we have ice, we have essence, we have these talents. Did I say glory? We have glory. We have a lot of different things in the game that you kind of have to understand. Only one does this thing. Oh, then there's keys and there's chests, and yeah. So, so the idea was brought up about some way to kind of either limit the currencies or have a way that you could spend other things to get the currency you want. We have, you can disenchant any of your cards to get essence, and then you can buy new cards with your essence. But that's the only one that works in that fashion. You can use ice to buy glory. You can use ice to buy anything because that's straight up money. But someone was throwing out the idea of if there was a way to convert anything. If you have opals, could I get those into essence because I have all these skins, so they're not worth anything to me, and so then I can get a different skin. I don't know. Any thoughts on this? I'm sure you're stuck with a lot of glory at this point if you've been playing since Taka. And
yeah, because I was 45,000 right now.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. I feel like simplifying a little bit would be a good thing, and maybe be better for them money-wise too. Maybe people would spend more. But there's just so much going on. It's really hard to even. I just don't even really focus on any of it. I think maybe at the beginning they were trying to make some of the skins special and that you can only get them in certain ways. But I don't know if that's kind of too convoluted at this point.
Yeah, like the opals, the idea was great. Like they were going to be these special edition skins that you could buy with a lot of money. Like they were very expensive because they were like the best, rarest skins. Or you earn these opals, and it took you a long time to get opals. If Super Evil Megacorp wants to keep opals, they need to make new special edition skins. Like why? There's only 5 of them. So if you have them, you just keep having opals, and then you have no use, and you could have had something better in that case. So I feel like the opals are the biggest, hurdle in this whole thing, because I know the cards have changed quite a bit, and how we get cards and build skins. It's now a little less confusing, because you only need a certain amount of cards, but the essence can get you any card, so that's kind of useful. So the thought was maybe we just need 2 systems on a whole. You need ice and you need glory. Everything else doesn't matter.
That would be hard to imagine going to that just being so simple. But I mean, I wouldn't argue against that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be something they address down the line, because after they added keys and everything, if they can't add something else at this point. I don't even know how they would even think of something else to add. So we just got the ability to use glory for charms and for these talents. Like if we wouldn't have had that, we would all just be building more and more glory that we could never use.
Right, yeah, and I think they the other really spammy looking games have all kinds of stuff going on, and you don't even know what's happening. Because I've been, I still try out some other games that pop up on iOS that look interesting, but a lot of these just end up being the same, just like kind of button match. All this stuff going on, all these chests, and not that I think they're anywhere near that yet, but I think they'd want to stay away from it.
Yeah, but it becomes a very I think mobile game trope. But even I think some of the other games, like the desktop games, have started doing this because it makes money. That's what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have any thoughts on that, like I'd love to hear them. Anyone who's listening, like send me a tweet at Shatter The Vain, or send me a message at shatterthevain@gmail.com. Love to just hear your thoughts on what we could do about this currency issue, or if there's a way to make it better. But that's gonna do it for episode 159. Nukkefist, thanks for joining me. This was great.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
So where can people find you? Are you on Twitter, or is it mainly just on Discord people find you?
Yeah, mostly Discord. I've been meaning to put a post in the one of the Vainglory forums for Second Guild. Maybe this will motivate me to actually go do that. But yeah, I don't really hang out on there too much anymore. So okay. I've been threatening to make Renegade Wolves official Twitter and Instagram accounts, so maybe I'll actually go do that too.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so keep an eye out for those if you're listening, or if you're looking for a guild to join. Definitely hit up Nukkefist or Shanae. Shanae's on Twitter, so you can find her pretty easily.
yeah, she's the mayor of Glory. Yeah.
There you go. Then Shatter The Vain, like I said, is on Twitter at Shatter The Vain. Website, shatterthevain.com. All the episodes get posted there. Links to iTunes, Stitcher. Everything you need to find is there. Links to show notes. So check that out. And I'll be back with episode 160 next week, hopefully with more news on Update 2.6. We'll be, I think, just under a week away from that release. So hopefully we have more info, and we'll be talking about that. Take care.
Let's get this over with.